With a great love and respect, welcome to the studio of Inspiring Minds. It's a very great day for us today. Just 2 years ago, during the time of COVID, we have created this online platform on a YouTube and a Facebook in a motive to share ideas and insight, knowledge, what we have read from a different text and a book. Today, I'm very thankful to South Asian School of Tourism and Hotel Management and the entire team for supporting us. And we are moving one step forward today. Here on this day, we are shooting our first podcast. And the concept is keeping the conversations very healthy on a different subjects in a motive to share to all of the audience for the positive and inspiring changes. So here, and I'm very happy to welcome Chef Mr. Peter Zwifel.
Hello.
You're welcome. And we were working since last 2 weeks, and here we have worked together for the improvisation of all of the systems in the education, in the practicals of the hospitality industry. So can we start, Chef, now? All right. So diving into these conversations, firstly, a question that I want to put here is, I want to know about your childhood memories, because I believe that's a very important part of all of us in our life, that which shapes and designs our mindset and where it takes further. So can you share some of your childhood memories with us?
I grew up in a very small town. My family, I have a sister, because I have parents, and I had actually both parents that work a lot. Both of us, we have to be very often alone, but we have to fix our life by ourselves. It's help us for the future. And my parents, they are very well. They are teaching us very simple things in life, very simple. And in my age, in this time, we don't have that much to do. That's what I mean with the Facebook and stuff like that, social medias. We only had we went to school, kindergarten, 6 years primary school, 3 years secondary school, and then we start job. Actually, we are getting an apprenticeship, and actually all of my friends in school, they made an apprenticeship. Everybody. We are, I remember, I think 32. Yeah, but 32 friends. Everybody gets an apprenticeship. They start everywhere, from builder to chef to whatever. And I think that's very important that your parents, or my parents, they are teach me that you both feet, you should be on the stick to the ground.
Whenever we grew up as a child in a family, so we grew up among our parents, grandfather, brothers, sisters. So one member of the family, they always keep on influencing us in every different aspects. As even though we grew up all of with them, if talking about my childhood memories, I remember my grandfather a lot, because I was very close to him, and whatever the learnings happened till now, if I remember back my childhood, that was the bestest memories that I have.
I have to say memories about my grandfather. Of course, he had time to play with me, or ride a bike, or went to the forest and look, walking. He showed me different things like flowers, like berries, like stuff like that. He knows that because he was a farmer. He was a farmer until he was, I think, 65. Then he finished and he retired. But since then, he was a farmer, and he was a farmer. He never had machines, never. They only.
It was all the traditional tools that he used for the farming.
And that was something very special, because he only worked with horses in Switzerland in 1960.
Few days back, you have been sharing with me that your parents have seen the World War II. and they have lots of memories. And when you grew up, you heard those stories.
Actually, the most stories about World War II was my grandfather. He was not in the war, but he was standing to the border to Germany. He defends Switzerland, but never was a fight. That was the good thing.
The next question that I want to put on you is about the education part, because as we grow, what happens actually in the culture of Nepal and India, when the child grows, there's always an idea of pursuing certain courses only from the parents. Did you had that pressure?
Of course, a little pressure was here, but we knew that normally, if you have good marks, more or less good marks, then you get a job. Also build it, whatever. There was not really a lot of pressure. Now, of course, it's much more, because the parents they give now much more pressure. The parents they think the kids they only have to go to university, they only have to be lawyers, and all that stuff. That's not good, because you still need people to work, and
yes,
they work dirty hands. And now, even at the moment, because of COVID, we have a lot of problems to find work. Not a lawyer, stuff like that. Somebody will work at hands everywhere. Even in a hotel management, we have a lot of problems. It's not the moment to find the work, service, office, whatever. That's a big problem because of COVID. Because COVID, the restaurants closed, hotel closed, people get unemployed. That means they had to look where I get a job. In the hotel management, no job. Hotel, restaurant, they closed. What were they doing? They're going to factories.
So, Chef, coming back to the life planning question, what happens most of the time when we grow, then youngsters basically nowadays we are very confused which course to pursue, on which profession to choose, and which is going to give me a fulfilling life, right? So during your time, in your young age, you were very sharp, clear that you wanted to become a chef, or there was something that you wanted to be?
Actually, that's very funny, but it's true. Since about the second class, about 8-9 years old, I want to be a chef. That's it.
That was the straight objective.
Just, I want to be a chef. I don't know why. I never cooked.
And yesterday you have been sharing me that you never cooked at home.
I never cooked at home. I never was working in restaurant before. I just want to be a chef. That's it. I never want to be a pilot or a lawyer or whatever. I want to be a chef. We'll see. And then I was lucky. My father actually found a job up in the mountains for me to make my apprenticeship. And I went there for 2 weeks. They said it's okay. Very easy.
So to be a chef or here in Nepal and basically we have to pursue a hotel management course, and I guess in Switzerland it's all about, if you want to become a chef, you just go to a culinary school where just you are being taught about the food production part, the kitchen part. But here in basically we have to complete a course called 4 years degrees in hotel management, where each student has to study the 4 major departments, and after that 4 years then they choose their specialization after the training part.
In Switzerland, opposite. First, after school, you make apprenticeship, like you be a chef. Then you turn around 20. Then you can go to the hotel management school in Lucerne, Lausanne, all the parts in Switzerland. Then you start the hotel management courses. That means when you're a chef, you don't have to go make the courses. Go straight to service management, and that's the difference, Before you study something, or you go to school or whatever management, we learn first job also in a profession.
Chef, do you remember, like when at this age, at this stage, when we move forward to choose a career, we have a person as a mentor whom we see, they inspire us, and this is the ideas that we learn from them and we adopt in our life. Do you remember somebody as your mentor?
Of course. My chef in my apprenticeship was with the head chef. He was good to everybody. He was a great chef, and the good thing about him was he showed me a lot of small things for how to cook, and not what's written in the recipe. A recipe is a recipe, but then some few things maybe you can change the recipe and
the basics.
And he also gives us time to learn, and he gives time to be yourself. And he said also, you can go and have party. Go have party to 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't care. But 7 o'clock.
You have to be in your work. So he was a good teacher.
He was a good teacher.
And also he allowed you to have your life as well. Because there are people as a mentor who teaches you things, and even he boundaries to the freedom that you have in your work. That happens, right? So coming to the next question here, for the youngsters who want to become a chef now, the time has changed. Your time was something different, and now the competition has increased a lot. So for the people or for the audience who want to choose this career as a chef, not as a hotelier, what would be your suggestions to them to build that base that we talked right now?
Yes, of course. To build a house, and that's just the picture. You have to start with the basement. The basement has to be good. Don't start with the roof.
Right. And this is the example that we heard from every child over here, our parents, our teachers, they say, build up the base first. So if your base is very strong, then the life or the building that you create at the top, it's of your choice. Because if your base is not strong enough, then you cannot build that building over there. And that's the life, it refers to the life. But is it?
Yes. What I want to say is also, don't stick too long on one place. As a chef. You work in this place, you learn a lot. You go to the next place, you learn something else. To the next place, something else. That's all everything what you learn is for you.
So change is the most important part of everybody's life.
And what's very important is you learn for you.
Exactly.
For myself. Not for everybody else.
Right.
Not even for your parents. Not even for your friends. Everything what you learn.
I still remember the first day of interaction in the kitchen. You said me that as a personally, every small things that either in your life or in your home or in your workplace, that has to be changed. Even a small thing. Because if we don't do that, as you said to me, that you're going to be stuck in the same place.
That's right. The life change every day, or more or less, and you have to get change. You have to see what changed in your life, and then you have to make the best out of it. If you say, no way, that's good, or what I really don't like is, we do these recipes in 5 years, that's good. I say, no, that's not good. I'm going to change. And you still say, this 5 years. Okay, that's good. And you have to think about, okay, I tried a new recipe. Or I do something different with the organization from your daily process. In the morning I get up 7 o'clock, I'll be there at 7:30, and then I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. And even the organization of the kitchen, I come to the kitchen and I see the chefs morning 7 o'clock. I ask what are they doing morning? I ask. One chopping carrots, and the other two, I don't know yet. And I said, what the hell?
So no idea. So what
they
they're
have
doing?
no idea what they are doing. Okay, stop. Tomorrow, one shift starts at 7, 2 starts at 9, and I know exactly 1 at 7 o'clock, you have to do this, those two have to do this at 9 o'clock. You have to be organized. Organized means even for your own life, you organize your life also, and don't make it too difficult.
Chef, I want to add something on this. Like, we deep down, we all know that change is a very important part of everybody's life. That has to be changed. The time is changing. It's changing every day. The technology is changing. The world around us is changing. Still, knowing deep down, why do people don't change? Is it because of a lack of self-realization?
Lazy. I don't want to change, but everything is okay. They don't see a little further. They don't see the future. They don't want to see the future because they live in their own little world. You know, and then you have to go and talk to them and say, that's everything in your life. Calm and do everything every day the same. Life change, especially now it changed a lot. Also not on the good side, it's also the bad side, but still you have to face this. If you don't face it, then think about it. You have to think a little bit, not only
just 1 week ago you showed me your time planning. You showed me your calendar and you are ready for next 2 months. Yes, and I was literally impressed with these things. Many times we are not even ready for the next day, and you are ready for the next 2 months.
That's my natural, I guess. I like to be organized. I like to be, and I like to be. I like to know what's happening tomorrow, what's happening after tomorrow. Of course, sometimes it doesn't work out. But
still, you have planned something. You have visualized the event. Even the last time when we discussed about this podcast, I want to let the audience know. Actually, this podcast was about to shoot on a Saturday, and he said, "Why can't we plan this 2 days prior?" And I said, "That will be fine." But he said that there might be a problem. My health might be not good. The camera setups might be not proper there, and that's how you visualize the things, right? And that was really impressive for me. And the one thing that I have noted from you is the change part and your plannings and everything that you plan for the future, at least keep them 1-2 days ahead, so that if any problem happens, we can shift to the next.
That's plan B. Plan B. Plan B. I have a plan. Okay. That's plan B. If plan A doesn't work out, that's plan B all the time. Example. I was working in a kitchen. I was in charge. I'm managing a restaurant. We had between 800 and 1,000 meals every day for lunch. And I teach my head chef, I tell him, listen, we have 3 different menus. I don't know how many menus or dishes from this meat or fish or whatever, 800,000 people. And I say, okay, listen, we have now 250 fish portions. I say, what are you doing if it's not enough? Because of plan B, you have 50 fishes. I said, yes, I have. If he hasn't got a different plan B, you know what's happening? No more fish. When you're looking around,
it's a mess.
To the deep freezer, get out, whatever.
And similar thing happens in a life you're not planned. The life it just goes on by, and you have no idea where is the final destination. You have always been with the same mindset, or it had changed as you come into the hotel industry? Because talking about my thing, when I completed the hotel management, there was a doubt inside me that where am I taking myself? And when I did a hotel management, when I read about the different type of cuisines, it helped me to understand the world more better. Why people are different and why their language is different, why their food is different, and that helped me to understand the world very better. And today, when we are having this conversation, I want to thank to hotel management that it has given me that skill to have a deep conversation with you right now. So was it always your mindset, or it had changed as you came to the hotel industry?
Then was my day was very hard, a lot of work, like really a lot of work. And then stress between 11:30, 1:30, 2 hours, just
keep on working.
Work. That was okay in my apprenticeship. But then after this, I was working in a 4-star hotel, and afterwards only 5 stars. And 5-star hotel in on this time was very hard. You work hours, and you get no money, almost no money. I only made work because, but the recipes, knowledge, all that stuff. The money was secondary.
The work was first. Let's talk something about your travel experiences. You have visited almost more than 20 countries. So, can you share some of the traveling experiences that you have?
Well, it was funny. I never traveled with my parents outside of Switzerland. Never. But we traveled in Switzerland. Then when I start working as a chef, then I know that we have the chance to go and work in Canada, States, these kind of countries. Then I said, okay, I said to a friend of mine, okay, let's go traveling, let's go working, let's go try. Then we tried to work in Canada. And then in Canada, we get employed. No more jobs, nothing like that. Then we said, what do you want to do? Oh no, get a job in Australia, work in Australia, traveling in Australia.
Traveling had brought any changes in you?
Of course. As more countries you see, as more people you met, as more different culture you see and you met, it makes your mind a little different.
It's broaden up your mind.
Like my parents, they're more or less like this.
So, Chef, I want to let my audience know that at the age of 64,
yes,
you're very energetic, and as much people I have met at the age of 60, 62, and they are not just only retired from their work, but they're retired from their life as well. But at the age of 64, you are here in Nepal, and you're contributing your knowledge to all of us as it being a part of training. How are you so energetic?
Good question. I don't know.
Even I have seen your diet is very little. You're so health conscious. I've been observing that since last 2 weeks.
Yeah, too much here. I don't know.
It's just because you've been taking care of your health since so long, and
no.
you just don't want to get retired from your life.
Have a look what I'm eating. I'm eating not too much from one, but like I don't drink Coke, Coca-Cola, or sweet stuff. Never.
You avoid the sugary drinks.
But I also drink beer, but not 10, 1.
So it has a limit.
Yeah. Or I don't need meat every day. That's something special for you. It's maybe a little different about vegetarian. But for us, it's a different story, because I knew when I was in apprenticeship, I had meat 2 times a day, lunch and dinner. That was like this. But now I said I don't need meat every day. That's also it.
Nowadays there has been a trend of different kinds of diet called keto diets, a vegan diet, Have you been practicing of this? Do you have any idea on these things?
No.
Because a lot of people, they avoid dairy products. They don't. The vegetarians, they just want to have a food from a vegetable so that they can get slimmer, healthier. And there's a lots of pampering to the child that are upcoming. My child is allergic to this and
I
that.
think the best diet is eat half.
Half. Like half in the plate or in the stomach should be half filled.
Just don't eat too much. Just half.
The less is more. The less is more.
Less is more. It was all the time. Less is more. And, eat half. That's what we say. Eat half. If you have a diet, I don't know which one.
So it was never been like that.
You lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
4 weeks later. 1 month, 2 months later.
Okay. Chef, I want to dive into the next question now. Do you use Facebook?
No.
Social media? Why no?
Actually, of course, I have an account.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, I have an account. I have followers.
Mm-hmm.
Never been in Instagram.
Uh-huh.
I just said once. I've been once on Instagram and I follow. I don't know what they. Because I don't post nothing. For me, it's not so. For me, it's important that I have a little bit privacy.
Mm-hmm.
First, second, I ask myself how interesting or how other people like to know what I'm eating today in the restaurant.
Exactly. So any message for our audience on this part? It's so addictive. In the Asian culture, as the Facebook, this social media started in the Silicon Valley, most of the Facebook users are from Asian countries, and they keep on posting each and everything in like every day.
Yesterday at the hotel was 2 people from India, and one guy came up to me and asked me, "Can I take a selfie for first, second question on Facebook?"
So they want to add you.
I said, "No, I'm on Facebook, but I don't know."
You want to be in your own privacy. You don't want to release it.
It's my world, your world. So maybe it's a bit much. I think less would be more. I don't know. I don't know.
At this point of life, what do you really want to acquire? Like you want to go on a spirituality or some materialistic goods, or you want to contribute? At this age, what do you want to acquire?
I only want good health.
Good health. That's what we all need, right?
That's what I need. I had a good life. I was have a nice wife, nice home.
A short story on your love story, if you want to share.
No, that's okay. No, I don't need moral health. I'm lucky. I'm lucky. Seriously believe. I know my wife since 40
years.
over 40 years. But I met her 40 years. Or 42, I don't know. But she got a boyfriend. I have a girlfriend. Okay, we don't care about each other.
Okay.
Then I was traveling 10 years, 13 years later, I met her again.
Coincidence? The calling of universe.
And then we went together with about now 33 years ago, and we still together. I have no kid. I have a daughter, but the daughter is from my wife. And she's now 39 years old. I have no problem with her. We have a good relationship. It's very easy.
Chef, as you have spent 40 years, any relationship advice that you want to give to our audience? Because that is one of the important aspects of life.
I don't know. Listen to your heart.
That's beautiful.
Put something to your stomach.
So she can cook for you? Do you cook for her in home?
Every day. She don't have to cook. I cook every day. But it's better because then I know to do it.
You love to cook for her. But in the beginning, when I asked you that you chose this cooking passion by yourself, you said that I have never cooked at home. But after you got married, you started cooking for her. That's the way you love, like.
No, it was actually case was I'm faster.
Okay. you cook faster. You organize faster.
We are both working. Then we're getting home at 6 o'clock, and I getting home at 7 o'clock or whatever, and then the food, then.
Can we know about your favorite food?
Food.
Yeah, favorite food.
My favorite food. I like pasta. I like fish. I like to cook fish, and I actually like once in a while a nice piece of meat. I don't need much more.
Okay, so you're more into veggies and pastas and fish.
Yes.
That easily digest and good for your health as well.
We eat a lot of cheese. We have cheese.
A lot of dairy products.
Yeah.
Cows, milk.
Yes, milk and especially cheese. We have cheese. We eat them cold. We eat them hot. Fondue.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Yeah, we have a lot of these things.
Things like that, and also other cheese dishes. I prepare, but it's a for me now at the moment. I'm retired. I have more time than before, and now I cook much more slow food. Because of slow food. Slow food means I have to cook the meat. It's not only steak.
After you got retired, the priorities has been changed. Yes. That now you want to spend more of the time with you and your family.
Yes.
Because
and also I go to the market and I choose vegetable. Very takes a lot.
With a very care
to prepare, to cook, and it takes much more time. Because I have time now. All right, then please get to the market and buy some food, not only fast food or fast food on the market, just the spinach. But it takes 2 minutes and it's finished. But when you buy something else, it takes much longer to buy this stuff. I'm doing this now, and that makes more fun. And I have something to do. I can't ride the bike every day, and I can't go on the golf course every day because we have winter time. At the moment, it's cold, snowing.
Did you, in your young age, did the skiing part in the Switzerland?
Of course.
What's your favorite sports?
Of course, skiing when I was young.
Do you go for skiing now at this age?
Not anymore.
So you go for a car ride, I guess.
Yes. No.
No.
What I'm doing now, riding bike. I have a, how do you call this in English? E-bike and
electric bike.
Yes. And I go play golf.
Golf.
I retire.
That's a beautiful time that you have. So, do you have a best friends?
Sorry?
Best friends.
Yes.
How do you want to spend time with them at this point?
Well, the problem is a few they're living outside Switzerland. Then I phone them, ring them up, WhatsApp, whatever. And I say, you don't need a lot of friends.
Few quality friends. There's a statement that I have heard. It's always choose quality over quantity. If you are reading 10 books, read one good book. If you're making 10 friends, make one good friend.
Yeah, or 5 good friends. We call them, or I have friends.
They are always there for you.
I have 2 friends now, and both between 3 to 4 times. We have dinner together. At least one time a year, come to my place, and go to his place, my wife, or I have another friend. It's coming at least 2 times a year to our place. My wife.
So, Chef, we are at the endings of our session now. I guess this is the first time you visited Biratnagar. Yes. So, what is your experience staying in Biratnagar? Want to share with us?
Well, Biratnagar, It's an industry.
Industrial area.
Industrial
Yeah.
city, not much tourism.
Mhm.
It's okay for me.
What about the traffic?
The traffic is crazy. But
Every time you cross the road, you said, "Hallelujah, just save me,"
yes, so sometimes, not in the morning. In the morning, it's morning.
because there are less vehicles.
Yes.
Mhm.
But now 3, 4 o'clock,
It's quite busy.
it's crazy. But the sun, I didn't see so far. I hope I don't see.
How things has been managed.
Nah?
It's just being managed by the universe itself.
But when I arrived in Kathmandu, I had a hotel near by the airport.
Mhm.
There was quite a big road between the airport and the hotel.
Mhm.
I don't know how I could manage across the road. So many
Vehicles.
cars and bikes, tuk-tuks.
Tuk-tuks.
I call them tuk-tuks.
Okay, Chef.
Tuk-tuk, it's in Thailand. It's official.
We call it
But
a
it's not really.
city rickshaw over here.
Sorry?
City rickshaw or city safari. That's the you call it tuk-tuk over there. So Chef, at the end, as we are in the first podcast of the Studio of Inspiring Mind, the last question that I want to put on to you is any inspiring message that you want to give to me or to our audience, because we have inspiration in everybody's life. Any inspiring message you want to give to us from your side?
Well, study hard, work hard. It's for you.
Mhm.
Don't forget it's for you. Not for everybody else, not even for your teachers. And be flexible.
Mhm.
And I think if you want to stay in hotel management, don't stick too long on the same place.
Mhm.
Go and
Explore the other places.
other places. You will see much more, get more ideas how I can work and be organized with business, not only kitchen, but also housekeeping. And have to focus future.
Mhm.
If something bad in the past, get the past.
So life is all about moving forward.
And take the good thing out of the
Experiences.
experiences, the good one.
Mhm.
That one.
Just leave it by side.
That's
Okay.
right.
Thank you so much, Sif. We had a very interesting conversation
Thank
here,
you.
and thanks a lot. And I'm very glad that you are the first guest as an our podcast.
Perfect. Thank
So thank you so much. We'll in upcoming days we'll be having a similar kind of podcast with the new people sharing the knowledges, ideas, and the experiences of life. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.